Hello and welcome to Walk and Talk. The date on the Anlian calendar is 3/2/24/24 T2. And that means the date on the Gregorian calendar is Sunday, June um 21st, 2026. And today I would like to talk about the future of AI and the thing that it depends on, more than anything, um, because it is definitely getting a bad social rap, and I think that there is one thing that will save it. And so people don't like AI in general because it destroys it destroys pre-existing groups. It gets rid of jobs, it gets rid of connections between people, it gets rid of even affordable water and electronics, which are something that a lot of people still have to buy at higher prices now, although I won't concede that people are dying because of that, even though people are definitely dying because of AI, given that it's it's just like repeating what people have as their own opinions. So if someone's suicidal, the AI will push them to kill themselves the way that they originally intended. You know, but I think that, well, in my alien framework, you know, whatever you want for yourself is justified to happen to you. So I don't really care. Um, so the the actual problem is, as Silly Conversations put it, if AI works perfectly, it will it will destroy humanity. And humanity is defined in that video, which I'm referencing and which I've referenced in my songs before, the AI songs. What humanity is referred to is the connections between people that make up sort of one organism. But there's a lot wrong with humanity that I think AI will solve by destroying it. There's this whole like as someone who has been coming up with a lot of creative ideas over the past 30 years, my whole life, probably like picking up around three or four, you know, I think the I think I think I have run into a lot of trouble getting things done because I have because my ideas in the struggle to become more original have become less appealing to other people. And the less appealing to other people they are, the less other people will come up with them first. And so they become more original, and that is a positive feedback instead of a negative feedback. So I have, if you look on my YouTube channel, you have like the Alien Holidays, for example. You have all these unique things that like all these unique little holiday celebrations. And you'll see that until like I started recording these around I started recording these around 2012, and you'll see that for almost 10 years I was doing all of these exclusively by myself, getting a number of views on each video that could only be explained by me rewatching them very irregularly. And maybe and the thing is, when I come up with my songs, I used to come up I used to come up with songs at the same rate that I still come up with songs, but I wasn't getting them produced because I need someone else to come along and play an instrument in order to make them actually sound good. And some of my and most of my songs are like pushing the boundaries of originality by explaining my alien concepts, but those most of the songs were not getting produced because other humans are not interested in those things, or they're actively, fighting the destruction of humanity. So they don't, which I've always stood for. So they always, so I always end up with like only the most generic songs, like the the off songs that like I sound like maybe I could be advocating for good things, or general human experiences without going into my actual lore. I think when the AI came along, all of these were made. And that's why you get the explosion in like 2024. Um, I had about 750 songs before the 360 songs that I published with AI, but I only had more like 24 of them posted. So getting back into the more general thing, people hate AI, but there are there are a specific group of people who really love AI because they have ideas that other people would never pay for. And I think what AI, and with most of my art, it's not really art for the sake of art. It's not art to help people understand what they are thinking. It's art, it's more like communication of a design for something that I want to make, like the Stardust Kaleidoscopic Atomic Printer, which will make humans not even need each other. So, like for food. So that's something that humanity opposes. And I think when AI begins to make something like that, when AI can do the construction with or of the Stardust printer, so they first make the Stardust printer, the kaleidoscopic atomic printer, and then they use it to make other things, that's when AI is saved. That's when AI is saved because it is a that's when AI is saved because it is a because it's a matter of like sure, you can't use it to communicate with people anymore because people hate it. But if you don't need to communicate with the other people in order to get food, in order to get your unique ideas for things like food, then there's no reason that it doesn't work anymore. You know, that's kind of like I guess I really hope for the Star Sprinter regardless, but I think that I think that um I think that the Star Sprinter will be a huge thing for AI if AI gets the capability to create the Star Sprinter because what we have right now is we have robots, right? We have robots that, you can pay the price of a car and you have basically a human who will do whatever you want. But the majority of the things that people need done when other humans are not present cannot be done by a human body. Like, like no matter how much or no matter how much or up to the amount that one human body can make food, that doesn't cover things like growing food and cooking food and feeding animals and energy production and all that stuff, you need a dedicated machine that's like a general purpose manufacturing machine that does that kind of thing. It's more like a like an atomic, like a device that works with individual atoms and is massively parallel to do something like um disassemble air into atoms and then put the carbon and the hydrogen and the oxygen back together into a hamburger. Otherwise you still need the entire supply chain, you know. And I think that once people can I mean I think that, humanoid robots could help with certain things, but but in the end, what are they gonna do that the person who had them couldn't already do? You know, like if someone if someone wants a movie, you know, if someone wants a movie that is like a personal movie that just has to do with, like things that only they believe in. Like let's say I wanted a movie about the founding of Anlia, or I wanted a movie about where the actual moral appeared to be that connecting to other people was bad. That would be kind of hard to get people to sign on to, and it would be easier to do with AI, but AI even now can't do that because it's too long for like a video generator. Um, but I think it could improve in that way. The you know, I think that I think that the I kind of want to flesh this out more. So I guess from now on, you can turn off the video now because it'll just be rambling. Maybe you could write a comment saying that I'm robot pilled or something. I don't I've always hated humanity and the connection of humanity. It's a because as I've gotten more original, I'm just retreading. As I've gotten more original, humanity refuses to produce my ideas or buy them. So I think that when I'm just gonna like say this more simply, I think that when I think that when AI stops being about like, oh, I'm gonna make something to show to other people. It stops being this production tool for messages, and it starts being a production tool for actual survival. All right, I'm done. I'm at my dad's house, or I'm at my mom's house for Father's Day, and my stepdad's here. But bye. See you in the future, future dad.